Yo, what's up, YouTube? Back at it. Today has been a crazy ass day. I know you all been hearing about what happened with Pooh Shiesty. His ass actually literally crashed out, put that pole on. Gucci man made him sign a contract, plus made him give up his wedding ring. Let's go check this out right now. I hope everybody's doing well right now. Let's see this video right here.
When I started my record label, the business side of things, taxes, finances, definitely felt like adulting. But just because you start your own thing doesn't mean you have to.
Alright, let's skip it.
9 men, including Memphis rappers Pooh Shiesty and Big 30, are facing federal charges for allegedly
Let's
kidnapping.
not forget Big 30 big ass. When I heard the report about Big 30 allegedly having this big ass body against the door like a freaking refrigerator, I'm like, God damn, this must be serious. But they caught his big ass. You know, Big 30 ass couldn't run further than 10 miles away without getting hungry. Come on, man.
Kidnapping and robbing rapper Gucci Mane. This comes just one day after Fox 13 broke the story about a raid at a Cordoba home that belongs to Pooh Shiesty's dad. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for being with us tonight. I'm Darcy Thomas. A neighbor told Fox 13 that raid started around 5:30 yesterday morning.
These couple of loud booms, so I came outside and, I heard them say, come out with your hands up, we've got a warrant.
Tonight, we've learned while agents were arresting Pooh.
Damn, yeah, I forgot. The daddy also got arrested too. He was basically helped facilitate the setup of Gucci man. Damn, the daddy and son in jail. They might as well bunked them both together.
Shiesty's dad here. Agents were also arresting the rapper in Texas. Now, the same day he was released from federal custody after serving 3 years for a gun crime. Fox 13's investigative reporter Kayla Solomon joins us live from the federal courthouse in Memphis, where some of the men implicated are scheduled to go before a judge tomorrow. Kayla, investigators say the alleged crimes happened in Texas.
Yeah, Darcy, the Department of Justice says this all stemmed from a business meeting that occurred in a Dallas recording studio earlier this year. If you recall, Fox 13 told you that Montrell Williams Jr., also known as Pooh Shiesty, was released from federal prison and placed in a halfway house in Dallas just months ago.
Montrell Williams Jr.
Okay, that's why Gucci man basically came. Okay, I wasn't sure where Pooh Shiesty ass was, honestly. So he basically came to the area that Pooh Shiesty was at. That's already a red flag right there. Plus, with all the shenanigans that they're gonna explain, it get crazier. Just listen.
Arranged this meeting purportedly to discuss the terms of his recording contract with one of the victims.
Williams, also known as Memphis rapper Pooh Shiesty, was signed to Gucci Mane's 1017 record label. Gucci Mane's real name is Roderick Davis. Court records identify the victim of the alleged crimes as RD.
Once these three men were inside the recording studio, Williams Jr. and 8 co-conspirators, several of whom traveled from Memphis, Tennessee,
Look at Pooh Shiesty big ass. You could look at Pooh Shiesty and tell he knew he fucked up, honestly. He knew his life from now on will never be the same. Father and son duo blocked both of them up, especially Pooh Shiesty crazy ass. He really lives up to his name. This nigga is a fucking crash out. You can't take a nigga out the hood. You can take a nigga out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the nigga. And these 3 delinquents right here, these niggas look like 3 of America's Most Wanted right here. These niggas right here, if you see them outside of your house, you know you're gonna call the police. Let's keep it real. You don't call the police.
executed a coordinated armed takeover. As alleged, Williams Jr. produced an AK-style pistol and forced one of the victims to sign a release.
Wait, so Pooh Shiesty right here pull that pole out on Gucci man. Damn. Pooh must have been really desperate to get out that contract to do all this. Plus, he haven't even been out of jail. Even a year, I said probably 6, 8 months he been out. And to go back to this, what a dumbass.
from the recording contract at gunpoint.
Ryan Raybould is the U.S. attorney on the case. He says the other men involved, including Rodney Wright Jr., known as Big 30, and Pooh Shiesty's father, Lontrell Williams Sr., robbed the victims of items including Rolex watches, jewelry, cash, and other high-value items.
Within hours of leaving the Dallas studio, a number of the defendants were on social media displaying some of the items.
All right here. This nigga right here, displaying the watch. If you commit a crime, why would you post the stuff that you actually took from that crime? You making a digital foot trail, the police gonna see it, people gonna talk, your ass going to jail.
That
If these boys have brains, they'll be dangerous, trust me.
appeared to be the jewelry that had been robbed from the victims.
Raybould also said electronic monitoring placed Pooh Shiesty at the studio in Dallas at the time, even though he was on home detention.
Part of the terms of his home detention were that he would not commit another federal offense or possess a firearm. His father, Lontrell Williams Sr., is alleged to have helped plan and execute the federal kidnapping as charged in the complaint.
Williams Sr. and 4 of the other men will appear in federal court here in Memphis tomorrow. We know that Pooh Shiesty is expected in federal court also tomorrow, but in Dallas. Coming up at 6, I'll tell you more about what evidence was used in the indictment. Darcy.
That is Fox 13's Kayla Solomon reporting live. Thank you so much, Kayla. Now, she just mentioned Pooh Shiesty has been in trouble with the law before. The rapper was sentenced to 63 months for shooting a man at a Florida hotel in 2020. He pleaded guilty to firearms conspiracy in 2023 to avoid a worse sentence. He was transferred to a halfway house in Dallas earlier this year.
Running breaks your joints.
Pooh goddamn fool for doing all this. Let's see if they got some more stuff we could look at. Now let's say the DOJ says rapper Gucci Mane was a target of a kidnapping.
Also tonight, a very dramatic story. You gotta listen to this one. Justice Department is laying out some details about this crime involving some big name rappers, Gucci Mane and 2 other industry pros who were apparently kidnapped and robbed, according to the Justice Department, by Pooh Shiesty, by Big 30, along with some others. A total of 9 suspects have been arrested. So here's what we know. These DOJ officials say Gucci Mane was lured into what was a fake business meeting in Dallas at a music studio that turned into what they called an armed takeover, where Mane and these others were held at gunpoint. This is back in January. They got robbed of their Rolexes, their cash, their jewelry. At one point, Gucci Mane was even basically forced to sign a release from a record label.
Yeah, that right there, I believe, was the main reason why Pooh Shiesty and all his homies came over there with the guns and to do the takeover. Basically, they wanted to get out that contract. Pooh Shiesty seeing how that label going. Almost every nigga on that label is either in jail or dead. Pooh Shiesty was really the only main one that was out. Now his ass going back to jail. Just what a waste.
Priscilla Thompson is joining us now. It is wild stuff, Priscilla. What else happened?
Yeah, Hallie, unbelievable, made for the movies kind of stuff. So Pooh Shiesty is signed to Gucci Mane's record label. So this business meeting was scheduled in January at a recording studio in Dallas, and Pooh Shiesty shows up with 8 other people. You mentioned Big 30, also his father was among those with him, and Gucci Mane shows up with 2 people. They're all in this recording studio together. Pooh Shiesty says to Gucci Mane, "Can we speak privately?" And he allegedly, according to this complaint, asked Gucci Mane to sign a release form that would release Pooh Shiesty from the record deal. Gucci Mane declined. They argue back and forth. Pooh Shiesty asked someone to bring him a bag and pulls out an AK-style pistol. According to this...
Damn, this dude, they already got freaking people snitching. I mean, I expect that, especially you dealing with business people. You're not dealing with street niggas. They're gonna go to the police and get your ass locked up. This right here, it don't make no sense. Pooh Shiesty just wasted potential. This goofy looking nigga right here, Pooh Shiesty, he gonna snitch on Pooh. I'm willing to bet a bag on it. That nigga gonna get back to McDonald's and to eat them cheeseburgers and eat them McFlurries.
complaint and demands that Gucci Mane sign this document releasing him from the recording deal. After that document is signed, then he goes on, Pooh Shiesty, to steal Gucci Mane's wedding ring, other jewelry.
Yeah, they took the nigga wedding ring. That right there to show Gucci Mane, I got you. You know, I took your wedding ring. How your wife gonna feel about it? That right there also is another way to humiliate a person, to take that wedding ring. I only can imagine how Keisha felt about that when she heard about it.
His wallet, and then the small group of individuals goes back out into the larger group that's in that recording studio, and apparently all 8 of the other men who were with Pooh Shiesty pull out guns and began demanding property from Gucci Mane and the men who were with them. So we're talking about Louis Vuitton bags, Rolexes, cash, wallets. There's even physical altercations where there are photos of people with scratches. At one point, the complaint says that there was a man who had a gun put to his head, and they believed that they were all going to be executed.
This part right here. This guy here allegedly was the photographer, because Gucci Mane had a photographer there, because, you know, he was going to see his artist for the first time in a long time, get some photo ops, you know, like a little vlog. That turned. They choked the man. As you can see right here, you see visible marks on his neck and his wrist. You know he's gonna go and cooperate with the feds. Hey, can't blame him. It's Pooh Shiesty fault at the end of the day.
But they were allowed to leave eventually, and then this investigation took place where you have all of this surveillance video in and around the recording studio, the hotels, the rental cars that were booked, and you also had some of these people posting the stolen goods on social media. But what's more, Pooh Shiesty was, according to this complaint, under home detention. So there's electronic evidence that he was at that recording studio when he should not have been. He should have been at home. So obviously these arrests were made. We know that 8 of the 9 men were arrested and have been charged with, all 9 of them, though, charged with kidnapping and robbery. Hallie?
Can I just ask one question, Priscilla? I don't know if we know the answer to this, but presumably, if Pooh Shiesty had been under a home detention, he would have known that, right? That there was an electronic monitoring situation happening on him?
100%, and in fact, Hallie, according to the...
Yeah, plus he had a monitor on. This nigga should have known that they tracking your ass. They can see your ins and outs, where you are, how long you've been there. Pooh Shiesty, y'all know if he was high, under the influence, he didn't think this out.
There was a conversation with his parole officer who said, you are not where you're supposed to be. And Pooh Shiesty said he thought he had permission to leave and told the parole officer that he would be returning home.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.
All right, let's look at this news coverage. What a federal criminal complaint says about Gucci Mane being robbed and kidnapped.
We have some new developments tonight as federal investigators are still searching for a ninth suspect in the case involving Atlanta rapper Gucci Mane. Authorities say that he was kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint.
8 people are already under arrest across 3 cities, Memphis, Nashville, and Dallas, after what prosecutors call a coordinated armed takeover. 11 lines of Angelina Salcido in Atlanta with more on what was supposed to be a business meeting.
This was never about music. Federal prosecutors say that this January meeting in Dallas, Texas was a setup from the very beginning. Prosecutors say that Atlanta rapper Gucci Mane was lured to this music studio by rapper Pooh Shiesty, and what was supposed to be a business meeting immediately turned into an ambush.
If you choose to do this, we will bring you swiftly to justice.
Lured in, then held at gunpoint.
Executed a coordinated armed takeover.
January 10th at the recording studio on Dallas Parkway. Roderick Davis, who's better known as Atlanta rapper Gucci Mane, agreed to meet rapper Pooh Shiesty. The Memphis rapper, legally known as Latrell Williams Jr., was signed to Gucci's record label 1017.
Williams Jr. and 8 co-conspirators, several of whom traveled from Memphis, Tennessee, executed a coordinated armed takeover.
Prosecutors say Williams wanted to get out of his contract and brought a group with him to that meeting, including Memphis rapper Big 30, also identified as Rodney Wright Jr.
Williams Jr. produced an AK-style pistol and forced one of the victims to sign a release from the recording contract at gunpoint. The remaining conspirators displayed firearms and robbed the other victims of Rolex watches, jewelry, cash. One of the victims was actually choked by one of the defendants to the point of near unconsciousness.
God damn, them niggas was playing. I bet who choked was probably Big 30, big ass. That nigga probably was doing a little choking and shit. His big hamburger helper ass.
Tracked down by the DOJ show the suspects flexing stolen jewelry, Rolex watches, and cash on social media. 8 of the 9 suspects are now under arrest after surveillance video, cell phone data, and tracking devices helped identify them. In Memphis Wednesday, federal agents were seen at Pooh Shiesty's home. Those arrested with him include his own father, Montrell Williams Sr., caught on surveillance video at the recording studio. They all face federal charges of kidnapping and conspiracy.
No matter who you are, we will fight every day alongside our partners to make our communities safer.
And tonight, the Department of Justice in Texas tells us that they're working with federal investigators here in Georgia to try and find this ninth suspect. We did reach out to federal officials here in Georgia. They said that they're declining to comment on this pending investigation. We're in Atlanta tonight. Angelina Salcido, 11 Alive News.
Well, Montrell Williams Jr., a.k.a. Pooh Shiesty, was just released from federal prison last October.
Okay, so he was released last October from federal prison. So November, December, January. So basically in 3 months, this nigga committed a crime while being monitored on probation. He deserved to go back to prison for at least 30 to 50 years, serve most of that time. Maybe he get out as an old man and preaching the gospel. And maybe not anymore named Pooh Shiesty, maybe Pooh Common Sense. That's probably should be his new name after all that.
3 years for shootings in Florida. And you can watch that entire DOJ news conference from start to finish streaming on 11 Alive. Plus, just scan the QR code here on your screen to download our free streaming app to your smart TV.
All right, let's see right now. Let's look and see. Pooh Shiesty, what's TMZ saying about it? Alright, still looking. I hope y'all get the likes up. Like, share, subscribe. My goal by the end of the month is to get to 100 subscribers. I know we could do this. You just gotta keep it pushing, and we'll achieve the goal. Shout out to Act. I was watching this stream earlier, and he had Govan Hernandez on there. Yeah, I think he also had Rollo. Just name a few. Okay, look up this right now. Pooh Shiesty. Let's hear what Chig is gonna say about this.
YouTube, Chigs. Get ready. You know what to do, Chigs.
I find, you know, I like Chick Smooth. Chick Smooth is somebody I really enjoy listening to on YouTube because Chick just got an intellectual curiosity about things.
Hey man, talk about grand opening, grand closing for Pooh Shiesty. Now, first and foremost, before I even get into this video, I need everybody that was trying to discredit my guy Seti Nash to apologize ASAP. A couple months ago when I made this video about Pooh Shiesty robbing Gucci Mane, and I used Seti Nash as a source.
Hey man, tap in with me, bro. I can get you your shit back. I can get you your Ryan and your watch back, brother.
I'm not gonna lie, shout out to Seti Nash. He was one of the first ones to talk about this. I kind of believed it to a certain degree, but to the degree of taking a nigga wedding ring and putting a gun to Gucci, we all remember the old Gucci. He probably would have slapped Pooh Shiesty ass with the butt of the AK pistol. Yeah, Gucci definitely not the same. This new Gucci, more docile than a damn golden retriever.
If y'all don't know, Gucci Mane got his ass robbed. They done took him out of his watch. They took him out of his ring. That boy stepped in there with security, all type of in his face. Yeah, you.
But the nigga had security and still got ran down on. Goddamn, Pooh. You really live up to your name being shiesty. I know Gucci felt like shit, like betrayed, felt stupid, felt gullible, all at the same damn time to let this little nigga do him like that.
You gonna do this, you gonna do that. Yeah. Security went for his shit. They drew down on security. How much more detail I could tell on that one? We ain't finna do all that. But Gucci, if you want your shit back, tap in. Tap in, bruh. Listen, tap in, bruh. You can get your shit back.
I wonder honestly, did Gucci tap in with Seti Nash to get his shit back? Put down in the comments if you think he did so.
I ain't finna put that shit up on goddamn camera or nothing like that, but y'all go see Gucci Mane. Holla at Seti Nash, bruh. You know, I am the streets. I can't be California landlord for no reason, but Gucci Mane got his ass robbed, bruh. There's more to the story. We just gonna leave it at that. Y'all want the full shit? YouTube, Seti Nash. I'm gonna break it all down.
A lot of you guys got in the comments and said, Chicks, Seti Nash is a liar. He's not a reliable source. Seti Nash was the first person to break this story, but for some reason, a lot of you guys did not believe him. Well, 2 months later, turns out Seti Nash was actually correct. Pooh Shiesty, along with 8 other people, have just been arrested for allegedly robbing and kidnapping Gucci Mane. According to the feds, it's all because Pooh Shiesty wanted out from his contract with Gucci.
I'm Ryan Rabel, U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Texas. Thank you for coming. This week, 9 individuals, including well-known musical artists, kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint numerous victims at a music studio in Dallas, Texas. 8 of the 9 were arrested yesterday in Dallas, Memphis, and Nashville. These individuals...
I like how the DOJ just didn't mention the main guy, Gucci Mane. He mentioned everyone else equally, so I give DOJ shout out for caring for everyone's feelings, not just the famous rapper that was the main target in the situation.
Individuals who are charged and arrested include Lontrell Williams Jr., also known as Pooh Shiesty, Lontrell Williams Sr., Rodney Wright Jr., also known as Big 30, Kadarius Waters, Demarion Gibson, DeMarcus Glover, Corday Johnson, Darian McDaniel, and Terrence Rogers has not been arrested yet, but will be soon. The complaint alleges that on January 10th of this year, 3 music industry professionals traveled to Dallas for a scheduled business meeting. Lontrell Williams Jr. arranged this meeting purportedly to discuss the terms of his recording contract with one of the victims. As alleged, once these 3 men were inside the recording studio, Williams Jr. and 8 co-conspirators, several of whom traveled from Memphis, Tennessee, executed a coordinated armed takeover. As alleged, Williams Jr. produced an AK-style pistol and forced one of the victims to sign a release from the recording contract at gunpoint. The remaining...
we all know the person who signed the release forms was Gucci Mane.
Conspirators displayed firearms and robbed the other victims of Rolex watches, jewelry, cash, and other high-value items. One of the victims was actually choked by one of the defendants to the point of near unconsciousness.
Their contract with Gucci. There is absolutely no way that you saw it by kidnapping and robbing him at gunpoint that it would actually work, did you? You guys could have sat down like men, discussed the terms, try to figure out a way for both parties to be happy, even if you wanted to be released. The music business is not the streets. I repeat, the music business is not the streets. And yes, that means even if you're signed to a street guy, once there's paperwork involved in whatever contract you sign, you have to honor it. You're not going to be able to strong arm yourself out of your contract. And anybody thinking that Gucci snitched, he didn't. According to reports, Gucci was with his cameraman and also his security guard, who's actually an off-duty cop. Pooh Shiesty, you fucked up this time, boy. Hey, I know you made back in blood, but brother, you could have gotten it back in blood several other ways. The legal way. This shit is not the 90s anymore, brother. This is not a movie. You absolutely cannot threaten your boss and kidnap them and think you're going to get away scot-free. Listen, man, you guys get...
Pooh Shiesty thought he was Suge Knight back in the 90s, especially when Suge Knight, Strong Arm, Vanilla Ice, basically, yeah.
in the comments below. What do you guys think of this crazy situation? If you were Pooh Shiesty and you wanted off him a contract, how would you go about it? Like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys later, man.
Because he fucked your wife. Then you dropped him to look.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Listen, I wanted to make this announcement on 10/17 yesterday, but I just seen like my statement, my P&L with all my artists. You know, it's almost like a whole bunch of shake-up. There's a whole shit show in the industry right now, but when I'm looking at my P&L and me being a businessman, I think that I'm gonna have to release almost all my artists, except for Pooh Shiesty and Fujiano. This is a decision I didn't want to make. I thought about it, you know what I'm saying? I can keep all of them under the contract. And whatever, let them know that they're
I know right now, Pooh Shiesty wishes he released that nigga, honestly. Okay, I want to thank everyone for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. I will be keeping up with this current topic. Just let you all know, my goal is to get to 100 by the end of the month. We will 100% to do so. We'll be able to do so. We just got to stay focused.